Hello. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to our live stream here on Twitch and lichess.org. Intro National Master William with the Macro Honda. What's up everybody? So I'm freezing. It is freezing here. Today is the 30th of September. It's not fun. I don't like freezing. What is up? Time to get home to Budapest. Masturbate's not here today. Everybody's trolling me. Nobody's in the stream. We got Save a Dog challenging me. 7 + 3. We're gonna get it started. I know I'm late. Don't need to remind me that I'm late. Hopefully the stream is on. Volume. It's quiet in here. Uh-oh. But it's not too quiet, right? Like there is actual volume. Because, you know, lately I forget to turn on the sound sometimes. It is absolutely freezing. This is not fun. Just in the last hour, I've been sitting in the same place, but it wasn't freezing, but it became freezing. Temperature must have dropped about 10 degrees in the last hour. So I've been playing, what, G6 against Save a Dog a lot. Do you play E4, Save a Dog? You don't do E4, right? You can always play the French. Some sort of weird Benoni if I have to. Is anyone else here? Where is everyone? It's really weird that Bob's not here. Bob's never here on time anymore. He used to always be here tapping his foot like my ex-wife. Tapping his foot when it was like time to go, you know. Bob is really a woman. What's up, WJ Loof? Wow, G3 right away. Makes me want to play. It makes me want to play C5. Let's play sharp. Sharply. Sharpness. WJ Loof, where are you from? Where I am, it's absolutely freaking freezing. Knight F3, interesting. So I will take, still at work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 111. Just add it up. Thank you, sir. Mr. Coffee's here. Sorry I'm late, guys. I've been crazy busy. I had selling my house business today, so we're moving along. I'm going to accept some sort of low offer for my house because it's not in perfect condition. But I want to get the deal done and get out of here. So I'm not going to stick around for the highest possible price. Fish rat cow. So I got some offers on my property today. And probably accept one. And I can get out of here by the end of October, or something like that. So Save a Dog, we're transposing to in English. I don't like transposing to mainline positions. I've tried this experimental move, Bishop C5. Ways that white can decline the Blumenfeld. I'll offer you 24K. Slightly less than my esteemed buyers. They would like that offer. That's right up their alley. They like it low. People are cheap. Man, it was like my estate sale. Lots of people, but none of them wanted to spend money. It's unbelievable. No problem like getting enough people. They just will not part with their money. Bishop G2. People are cheap. It's unbelievable. All right, so experimental pseudo Tarash. What are we doing? I play this with colors reversed against the Grunfeld. Guess I can play this here. I think in the video I did, I might have recommended like Queen B6 or something bizarre. I have Queen B6 in another or like symmetrical English. It's technically a symmetrical English. That's what this is. Pocketitis. Well, the people that are trying to buy my house are lucky because, you know, if I had a normal life and I actually lived here, I could just really hold out for a lot of money more, but not a lot, but something. But it's just like I want to go home. I want to get back to my normal life. My next door neighbors are angry. They want to charge an over exaggerated price for their house, and they're disappointed that I'm charging a fair price for mine. It makes their exaggerated price look like exaggerated. I try to be politically, you know, kind of gentle with them. And I try not to directly tell them that they're asking an outrageous price for their property. But it's hard to be, you know, it's hard to be brutally honest for me. What's up, Blue Crow? What's up? Good to see you. Our former mod. I know what I'll do. We'll go back to e7. We'll pretend it's a weird hedgehog or something. Hey, it's a Tarash. I just haven't played d5 yet. I'm stressed out because I've been trying to sell my house, and it's just a lot of. I just constantly have these responsibilities. I hate responsibilities. It's ridiculous. I never had so many responsibilities. You can't do anything because of responsibilities. I just want to be free. Free of responsibilities. Alright, so now like c5. Probably not an issue because I can play like b6. Although, should I give him another chance to play d5? Excuse me, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Freudian. Should I give him another chance to play knight c3? I mean, preventing d5? Probably not. So it's just, yeah, it's stressful. I know in France, like, my friend who's a lawyer said they have some kind of system where you, because like Coupro is, I think in France, they have some sort of system there where there's like the state has an estate agent or something, or there's something like that. But I'm trying to sell my house by myself, and if you don't hire like a private estate agent, there's no one that's going to help me, you know. All right. So the government doesn't have like estate agents. The states get a big chunk of the cash. Well, that's a problem. They've got to change that law. All right. E takes. Remind me not to move to France if I if I play to receive any property or something. But I'm just tired of things and responsibilities and stuff. I just want to get back to being a chess player, poker aficionado, and general cool guy. Don't want the weight off my shoulders of this responsibility. Alright guys, we're playing 5+3 through 7+3. Save Dog's a good player. This is actually a position I've gotten through a very, very different order of moves with an early... Actually, maybe not, because my queen would have been on b6. Maybe I've never gotten this. Bishop f6, bishop f6. Castles, or d4. d4, bishop takes c6, check, and take on d4. So I don't really have a choice now. And Save Dog is strong. I mean, this is ridiculous ratings he has. He's like 2,000 US Chess Federation rated. So you can just throw away these ratings here because they're totally ridiculous. The guy is 2,000 over the board. He plays like it too. It's kind of a slow day here on lichess. I want to mention Merle Dixon, who often does this. He will make a donation at the beginning of the week, support the stream, even though he's not even here. And then we saw WJ Lou Fishrat Cow donate today, guys. Thank you so much. You can also make a streaming donation on Streamlabs. Click the pawn a gift down under. So for perfect play by Save Dog, I also play this with white. You know, I don't think I would necessarily go for bishop takes f6. I was thinking just a quiet move there for white, like e3. Because I think at this point I might actually be threatening d4. He doesn't have bishop takes c6 check any longer. So knight d5, bishop b2, bishop d5, bishop c3. I think we're fine. We may be considering d4. I think that Saberdog could play perhaps like rook c1. But again, I don't really approve of his decision to play bishop takes f6. Welcome to the chat, guys. Kind of quiet around here today. A lot of our regulars are not in yet. Mr. Coffee's here. Mr. Coffee, are you driving or something? You're quiet too. You want to have hands-free driving, Mr. Coffee. No texting. Seems like the chat is the slowest I've seen it in like weeks. Bishop takes e6, bishop takes b2, and something like rook b1. With equality, I think he has to do bishop e6. The other way, I get the bishop pair. I certainly don't see any benefit in trading queens. So we get opposite color bishops. Opposite-colored bishops. Okay, now we have to consider perhaps his potential here on the B file. Queen d1, rook d1. I'm in a funny position. I'm thinking of the craziest stuff that just loses a pawn. What? No, I don't know. Alright, this is also a problem. So, I mean, I think objectively the position is about equal. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. But I definitely didn't want to allow knight c5. Play for time. Man, Mr. Coffee, it's a little early to turn on the heaters here, man. But I'm freezing. Send me a space heater, okay? We get the space heater fun. I have heat, but I just can't turn on the heat. September 30th. That's not happening. This is too crazy. Maybe in October we'll kick the heat on, but it's not even October yet. It's set really low now, like 55. It's not that cold. All right, bishop h3 has been played. He's looking for the long diagonal. Yeah, the beer will keep me warm. I got coffee and beer. Both these things should help. Actually, beer, coffee. That will help. A little vodka. No vodka in the house, unfortunately. So I don't know if you guys consciously noticed, but I pretty much intentionally avoided trading queens. I'm not sure how long I can keep it up. Knight b4 could get complicated. Queen e4 there. Knight a2. Queen b7. Or queen e7, bishop b7, bishop b7 is nothing. I mean, basically I can play for time and try to avoid exchanges and just try to run him out in a relatively equal position, run him down on time. Not usually my thing is playing for time, but I do have a huge time edge. Ought to use it to my best ability. Wow. That's a kind of concession, I would say. So now we're looking at a slightly better endgame. Bishop versus knight, queenside majority. I'm on the 7th, he takes, I go up, he goes rook d7. I take on e2. Takes on b7, I take on a2, he takes on a7. Nothing happening there. Not nothing. Or nothing. Nothing's happening there. Nothing to see. Okay, so rook c2, rook d8 check, nothing. I can play rook d6. Then he takes, and if I take with the queen, he has like queen check and take my b7. Nothing good there to come of that. So I can play rook d6 and take back with the bishop. And that's looking like my best option. Or I can just move my queen. Something like queen e7. Queen e7. That's looking good. Solid. Sorry guys, I'm like hungry and my stomach was making angry noises. Hopefully you don't hear that. I ate a banana for the stream. A little snack. An NFL coach. Yeah, this is looking good. He's hanging on. We have at least a draw, clearly. Objectively. Rook e6, knight d4. Confuse him. Confusing the issue. He sees everything. It's unbelievable. Better king. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. It's an amazing defender. Jeez, drops a pawn there. He's a freaking genius. F4, no. Now he's got knight d4. Lubix, what's up? The strongest 1700 in the world. Yeah. Not a bad game from that 1702. No rematch. Alright. Nice game. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to check something. I had a message on my phone. Just a second. Sorry to keep you guys in the dark. I want to see what this is. Probably just spam. I literally stopped the stream to listen to spam. So happy about that. Unbelievable. Alright, so sorry, but I'm waiting for some important calls at some point, so they're probably not calling tonight. Good game, Save Dog. Very tough fight. You're the next. Cobra 11 has challenged me to rated 5+3, but I don't do rated 5+3. Who's Cobra 11? Anyway, we're playing the subscribers first. Luana, Blobix. Good evening. Blobix said that's what I call focus. I mean, that guy was good. Whoever that dog, the dog guy. 1702. I'm going to report you to lichess for being underrated. You know, the U.S. Chess Federation has this, or used to have this policy that like they could automatically like assign ratings to people who are like sandbaggers and stuff. You know, purposely keeping their ratings down. They would have like minimum ratings to keep them from just exploiting it and winning a lot of money and class prizes. I think Save Dog deserves to be assigned like 1900 minimum, you know. Any tournament director has that authority. Mr. Coffee can tell you. Save Dog has bogus lichess ratings. That was a good game, a good fight, and he made me work to win the game very, very hard. It was a good game. Okay, so this C5, Luana's playing like it's a little bit like who was it? Old player. Zuckertor. I couldn't place it for a second. He's like, F4 was a mistake. What you needed was one more pawn on the dark squares, and then you're all set. You came really close to drawing. But to be fair, I mean, you had just your increments, and you had a very difficult position to defend. So, guys, we're playing casual 5+3 through 7+3. And now things get sharp, because I was going to take and play 94. We go for it, right? Musai. If 94, I am a little bit concerned about 94. No, I'm starting to have hallucinations. Yes. It's not good when you start having hallucinations. Lucro said C6 was a mistake. Oh, maybe a move also. Oh, C6. I don't know. I like my move better. So I win an exchange. And I'm not sure what he's really got for it. Not enough. It's early to have hallucinations. Well, it's like no, it's never too early to have hallucinations. Basically, Warnacki. hallucinations can be the basis of, the basis of the hallucinations can be just not being warmed up yet. That's why we'd always play warm-up games when you play with. I have a tip from a top Blitz player. He would always play warm-up games before live Blitz tournaments and stuff. I've got a cup of coffee and a glass of beer. Maybe there wasn't enough beer yet. This is coffee and this is beer, but I'm mostly going for the coffee because the coffee is hot and I'm cold. The beer takes a while to give you the warmth effect. Something like, I'm supposing that vodka or something stronger would have a little more effect. If you get frostbite or something, I think vodka is preferred to coffee. Cheers for Mr. Coffee. Your sister is the crazy and gets hallucinations all the time. Uh-oh. I did this? I allowed him to play c6. Okay, that could be a problem. We have a problem. Slight issue. I have no knight, basically. Terrific. I guess we'll just have to sacrifice a piece for 2 pawns. Get it out. I'm not going to live like this for the rest of my life. I'm going to have to give up my knight for the 2 pawns. I don't see how I can realistically function without doing that. That was a major blunder. I just underestimated c6. I just missed it. A beer cylinder. Luana almost beat me yesterday as well. Was it yesterday? Not yesterday, but the day before. Friday. I think it was Friday Luana had a winning position, but it was a difficult sort of defensive tactic that he had to find to take it down, and he didn't find it. I was talking about it with my friend Joe. Joe was watching the stream, and he didn't see the move. I think I saw it, though, the defensive move for Luana. It was a defensive tactic. The day before, we don't have Saturdays. We don't have streams on Saturday, Warnaki. The stream before. Play a little. We'll go play some word games or something. Don't bother me. The fine points of the exact statement. Doesn't matter. I hate that when people do like spell checking and Grammarly on the stream. But I always will occasionally catch myself doing it too. Bishop a6. Well, I'm getting kind of irritated with this whole situation now, to be honest. All I want to do is like sacrifice a piece for 2 pawns. Give me a break, dude. Just step off, How about castling? Do you know about castling? Why don't you just go castle or something? Stop making these silly 1-move threats. Driving me crazy. Oh, I dropped a pawn. God damn it. Maybe we can get something going, though. Tactics. Bishop e6. Bishop f8. Dropped. Parentheses. Quote unquote dropped. I misnamed the grammatical punctuation mark, whatever it's called. I called quotes parentheses. Now I should be beaten for that, clearly. Get everything going now. I'm getting kind of greedy. I'm getting kind of greedy with the bishop c5. It's a little bit of a risky continuation. I might end up just like only getting one pawn for my piece. This takes away my bishop from the g7 defensive area. Maybe time. I don't think I've ever won on time against Luana. Time is one thing that Luana has. Not this game so much. Dempsey Hold again. Thanks for being a subscriber. All of you guys, Blobix, Warnaki. Uh-oh. What's e4 about? That's kind of a crazy move. Maybe not. Maybe not. Open up the queen. Give yourself a little tactic there. Right? I mean, a2 falls. Another queen. I want this queen to go away. Oh man, he almost had that. He's playing this really well. Patient. This saves him. Amazing play. I think it's better. I better not do that and say I did. King f7 could actually be dangerous. The moves just keep coming. Fast and furious. Now, how do you defend against this threat? Double threat, sort of. Knight d2. I think this b5 pawn looks kind of ripe. Well, now I win a piece, but take, check, king f2 takes, e2's hanging, you know, take on c6. I mean, this is a tactical win. The main point is that what is the main point? I'm up a piece. b6. Kind of scary. I mean, I don't even know what's happening after b6. I'm terrified. b6, knight a6. Can I do that? I think I can pull it off, probably. Damn, dude. You didn't have a lot of time there, but that was a very dangerous situation for me. b6 is still an idea. Instilling ideas. Takes. Now it's not the same anymore. When it's like 1400 going on 2000. Very talented. Yeah, but I don't know about that. Just not quite enough there. But I mean, that b6, maybe a move earlier was even stronger. Let's see. Blobix. Cobra Guy just challenged me into another rated game. Dude, the point was that I don't play rated games. Alright, it wasn't the time control that was a problem. I think you challenged me to 5+3. Okay, e4. We only play the Sicilian against Blavik because anything else is hopeless. Well, I mean, the rook endgame was probably a win, right? All right, let's go. Any other subscribers? We're repeating our game from yesterday. Same exact game. Scheveningen. Classical Scheveningen. So there's some differentiation if black plays. If black plays a6 or not early, there's like two kinds of Scheveningen. The classical Scheveningen and like the modern Scheveningen, I think. But what would the point be? I would play Queen c7 without playing a6. I almost always played a6. Yeah, Kasparov. Well, I have the book, the original book by Kasparov and his trainer Nikitin somewhere. They're the ones that classified it, so I guess they would know. This is our game from yesterday. I lost to Grandmaster Alonso Zapata once in this long years ago. I've had a few games, not too many. At one point I gave up playing the Scheveningen because of the Curious Attack. It's just too nasty. I didn't ever quit because of the main line like this. This is, you know, it's classical, the old Karpov Kasparov I mentioned during the simul yesterday. I don't know if Blobix went back to the drawing board. He researched the game from yesterday. I don't remember our move order exactly yesterday, Blobix. When you did like the normal Karpov plan, Bishop f3, Bishop g2, you know, this is pretty standard, I would think. Now, Kasparov would do like Bishop b7, and then like bring it back. Doesn't make sense. Why would you put the bishop on b7 and bring it back? No, he would do Bishop d7 and bring it back to c8 and over to b7. I'm not sure if it's good to play Rook b8 or not. Sometimes there can be a Bishop f4 on these guys here. But I think this is our exact same game from yesterday. I just moved my whole desk. Sorry about that. So, following the exact game from yesterday. I remember once I had a game with Alexander Ivanov where he smashed me. But I think that again, I mean, there's some variations with g3 that become almost the same position as this. Why can't I play b5 here? Can somebody explain that to me? I don't think like this occurred to me yesterday. Maybe he played queen e2. I mean, I think that normally they play queen e2 to stop b5. Blobix did not do that. Theoretically, I could have played this the previous move. So probably I should play b5 immediately. Because you know there's this idea of queen e2, queen c4. That I mentioned the game I had against the Fermian 25 years ago, where that became a topic of conversation. I think the queen c4 maneuver. Jim, what's up? Guys, don't forget to support the stream. New week. I'm, you know, in need of support. mentally more than monetarily, but it always helps. Donate. No, I think this is serious inaccuracy. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he has knight, no, queen e2, take queen e2, b4, knight b5, queen b7. That doesn't look good for white though, you know? Maybe knight a7. Look, check it out. Check it out. Queen e2. Maybe queen e2, queen b7 is the accurate move order. Putting my queen on the diagonal with the bishop on g2, you know? Just wears a shirt. Gita B. You're helping. I'm very stylish today. You like? You like. Gita B, what's up? Mr. Bob? Got this shirt at the flea market or something. Thrift shop, sure. But it was the best buy I ever got at a thrift shop. You gotta go to thrift shops. I mean, very occasionally you'll get something good. Probably like belong to a dead person, but that's cool. A takes B, A takes B. And I thought queen e2. You know, I mean, clearly, what else is he gonna do? You found a signed Megadeth CD at a yard sale this weekend. Nice. Look for baseball bats. That's my recommendation. Old baseball bats. Just don't sell. Don't sell for less than $8,000. All right. So he's really tanking here. I mean, what can be the problem with queen e2? b4, knight b5. I could also play some funky move like knight b4, but queen b7 is ultra awkward. Because if I play like queen e2, queen b7, he has e5. Just asking for trouble. That would be nasty. Queen e2, queen b7, e5, threatening knight a5, just exterminating my position. We have a challenge from Olivier. All right, I think there seems to be some sort of problem with this person. Anyway, Lucas needs to re-challenge me to non-rated. Lucas, re-challenge me, and I don't do 3 plus 2. The minimum time control is 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3, casual. It says it right there. Right there at the bottom of the screen. I try to make it so everyone understands. 5 plus 3 through 7 plus 3. Mr. Coffee's getting angry now. He's typing in caps. Maybe you could get a job as the White House Communications Director, Mr. Coffee. I think you would fit right in. They're gonna need someone soon. Uh-oh, the Alexander Ivanov approach. Going for the, I don't understand. So 95, I got it. All right, so what is happening here? Bobik's thought forever and played f5. What does that mean? He's like gonna sack a piece, right? b4, pawn e6, pawn e6. But what's he gonna do? b4, pawn e6, pawn e6, queen f3, knight e5. That looks terrible for white. We're gonna hold, you know, laterally. I've got a knight e5. Oh man, he's got knight d5 now. Oh, that's his whole idea. I thought he had knight d5 right away. Takes, queen takes check. Maybe that's not so clear. I could just go to h8. That looks scary enough though. So it's my turn. I guess we have to take. But now h6 isn't an issue. which I think would be a problem in some lines. I'm not sure he should do that. This exchange might actually be good for me. It's one less option he has to do like h6 at some point at the end of the day. Like knight d5, pawn takes, queen takes, check. Yeah, I mean, actually, this looks kind of scary. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And I can't believe Blobix didn't pull the trigger on knight d5. Am I seriously okay there? Oh, I guess I just take and play king g7. No, I can't. Maybe it doesn't work. Queen takes check, king h7, rook f7 check, bishop g7. And it's just like he's got no way to finish me off. It's rare to see Blobix retreating, though. Gotta make sure everything's protected. This looks like mandatory. Gotta watch f6, though. Maybe my other knight should go there. Not an easy position. I feel like black should be okay. Particularly with the e5 square, but... Alright, this move is going to be my move. If rook f6, bishop g7, I mean, whatever. 100 for beer. That's alright, Lucas. Yeah, most people have rated turned on. I mean, that's normal. It's just when people play, yeah, they do it like 3 times. It gets kind of annoying. Alright. So the rook a7 becomes an issue here, potentially. This now might be a thing. The monster knight on e5 is pretty much like one of the most important concepts in this whole setup for black. That's really important defensively. Guys, we're streaming just Blitz and Rapid challenges here. Subscribers go first. If there are, wow, rook f4, what's that? What's that about? Random square. Alright. What's he got in mind with rook f4? Bishop takes. Another surprise. I mean, you figure he's definitely taking with a knight. This is a bad knight on b3. I saw that. Does he have some tactic? Try to keep everything protected. It's just good general advice. Everything is protected except for my queen. Even my king is protected. Take care. WJ Lou, thanks for donating, support the stream. He's actually the bit leader today. Maybe I'm helping white a little bit here. Maybe not. I'm not really a nice guy. I think we might have something. Bishop a4, queen d6, knight c4. Bishop a4, queen d6, knight c4. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. Where does he go after that? Infinite who? What's up, man? The bailout. The bailout variation. This doesn't work, does it? Tricky. Tricky dicky. Tricky dicky. Alright. Hopefully we get lucky. He resigned. The resignation is premature. So bishop d4, knight f3 check. I'm confused. It's not premature. I can just take. Okay, I'm crazy. All right, my bad. That's why I resigned. Blubix. I want to see where we left book there. I bet this is all theory. I'm not sure about f5 though. No. Okay, so 15 moves is definitely theory. Surprisingly, Emery Tate did this. I remember Queen H5. That's an Emery Tate system. He probably did that in a Velimirovich though, not one of these. I don't really like H4 is, what is that? Your move is the #1 move of Stockfish. On move 16. But it changes mine to the book move, Queen H5. Notice Black's score in this position. 3, 4, 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins, and 2 draws. That's not bad. 6 wins and 2 draws for Black in this position. Stockfish says it's like plus 0.9 for White. That's kind of a disturbing statistic. I don't know. You know, is somehow, it's not easy playing when you have a space advantage, right? It's kind of like the hedgehog. It's hard for White. All right. Well, it's a Scheveningen main line, one of the main lines, and it's kind of like a hedgehog, essentially. We have another challenge here from a new player, but he's just not got any games or accounts, so I'm going to decline that. If you guys would like to challenge me, I would ask you to have approximately 100 games, like an established account, and anything between 5+3 and 7+3 rated. Not rated, excuse me. Unrated, casual, the opposite of rated. We already had a lot of rated challenges. People are in a rated mood today. I thought you made a mistake, Blobix. I thought you were supposed to play Queen E2, as I said in the stream. I don't think you're supposed to let me play B5, but even after you let me play B5, I was thinking like you should play Queen E2 anyway. And the lines were pretty complicated on, I mean, the way you played it was probably okay, you know, but I thought you should play Queen E2 anyway. And, but it's not a hedgehog, Infinite Flash Chess. It's a Scheveningen. Technically different. You know, White's played C4. The hedgehog doesn't involve quite as vicious a kingside attack as these lines of the Scheveningen. Thanks, guys. Jim, 300 bits. Warnaki, 150. The coffee's gone. Bought coffee today at the supermarket. Seattle's Best was on sale. I think I should get, you know, some sort of cut for these coffee advertisements. I had Seattle's Best somewhere at the hospital last year. It was horrible. But we're hoping for better this time. All right. Seattle's Best like a knockoff brand or something? I kind of like assumed it was a good coffee. Queen E2. But even after I had B5 in, I thought Queen E2, B4, Knight B5, Lovix. with very interesting play because I just don't have a good place to put my queen. I was looking at queen b7. What was I saying? Queen b7, e5 or something crazy you had? Everything just works out okay. My friend Joe has a book, this newer Pierce book by Marion. The London system is insanely popular. Busy with chessable. Okay, so maybe I don't have to rush with c6 here. Maybe the king side is a bigger priority. Because like c6, c6 weakens my d6 square a little bit. There's really no need to do that. It's not, yeah, it's a London system hybrid. I mean, it's not really a London system since white played e4. Although now I have knight g4, probably not a great move here. I presume like bishop g5. I mean, is bishop h6 going to be anything major? I hope this 1700 is not as good as Luana. We beat him though. It wasn't easy, I think. Knight g4. Bishop g5 is kind of awkward for black. I don't think that's good. I really have to do something correct here. About the King's Indian. That's cool. King's Indian is not the hyper popular opening it was when I was picking up chess. After the Fischer era came the Kasparov era, and King's Indian was like the most popular defense, probably to d4, but nowadays it's no longer the case. I'm freezing, guys. Help me, I'm freezing. Give me a queen trade now. Otherwise, Wade has sort of strong kingside attacking chances here. I'm not really happy about trading queens, but I'm trying to play the position like objectively, like correctly. I maybe would change the way I play based on the rating of my opponent in a lot of cases. But I don't always have to do that. It's not a rated game. Normally I would be reticent to trade queens in a symmetrical position because it's a low rated player. Well, Karpov and Korchnoi, didn't play the King's Indian. I was just talking about in terms of the King's Indian. So they like playing against the King's Indian. This is a tremendous move, except for the fact that it might lose a pawn. Bishop h6, queen h6, knight e4. I mean, that seems... I'll take it. Sold. Oh, he's going to take on c5. Wow, that's weird. Then he couldn't castle, man. I mean, that looks a little dodgy for white, actually. So let's try this. This is weird. Weird. He could take on c5. Whatever. I mean, I could do various things there. I mean, even queen d6 is interesting. He's fast and strong for his rating. Queen d6, that's playable. Might be not that great. I was thinking just rook e8 though. Rook e8 looks okay. Well, of course, no. I mean, the King's Indian is still a major opening. Just it's not being represented by the world champion, you know? White's like kind of first bad move. I'm not crazy about that move. Looks very limiting. And now, Mr. Coffee, where's your dark square bishop? You don't have one. No dark square bishop, eh? Just kudo. Kudos. Just kudo was probably watched my stream when I first started streaming, like 3 years ago. We played some correspondence games, right? I've been stressed and busy with non-chess stuff, but I try to keep streaming. No, I didn't stop streaming. I'm not a quitter. No, never stopped. You just stopped watching. Probably, I've been back and forth from the United States, and I switched my screen time. My stream times, off and on, moving back and forth from the United States to Hungary a lot. So it's usually an issue about just what time I'm streaming. Yeah, I don't know, the Canadian thing. I told you guys I'm practicing for Donald Trump's re-election. Preparing to become a Canadian citizen, if necessary. This guy is the time master. The master of time. 4 minutes to my 1. Very similar to the other game with Luana, right? He actually started using his time. Yummy, useless A-pawn. Interesting verbiage. I never thought of pawns as yummy, except when I can take them. Maybe Warnaki was looking at bishop e6. I definitely considered it. I definitely looked at bishop e6, knight e5, bishop a2. I admit it, but that's not a good variation. b5 is just using pawns and pieces. Pawns are pieces too. I try to tell you guys. But you see, this is the most, next to like, okay, what are the most common problems with chess players? The first one is like bad time management, playing too fast usually. The second one is oftentimes like lack of understanding of pawns. I mean, obviously Oliveira Lucas understands piece play well, but it's much harder to learn how to coordinate pieces and pawns. I mean, this move, which might be weakening in a different situation, looks like it's just like a great move here. Taking away the c4 square from his bishop is just huge. I love me this position. I think I'm going to need to play f6 and pretty much reposition everything. Relieve the guard. I've overprotected my center. Check him out. Knight a2. Damn, dude. You got some serious move there. Knight a2 is irritating. Damn. Just keeps coming with the good moves. I don't like him anymore. Stop playing good moves. And fast too. You're not allowed to be good and fast. You know, you can play one or the other, but I'm not really happy about good and fast. Do I have any tricks here, like b4, a4? Kind of a neat idea. b4, a4. It's not quite going to work. This is kind of pissing me off. All right, we'll just sort of go into a holding pattern. He is tough. I mean, time. Damn, dude. He's faster than me and maintaining an almost equal position at 1700. Almost save a dog level here. I would say. You're sitting out the election. Ugh. I'm not even gonna ask how you became moderator. We're not gonna politicize the stream. Except when we politicize the stream. Well, that's, yeah. Well, that's not the worst thing you could do. Save a Dog is an animal rescuer. The stream is mired in controversy. It is. I've heard we've had complaints from various super PACs. Feminist super PAC, disabled super PAC. It's getting more and more awkward by the minute here. I don't like this. I don't like you doing that anymore. It's a strong move. Very strong move. What am I supposed to do? Oh my God. I have a serious problem. And it's not only drinking. No, we better act fast here. This is not a joke anymore. Act fast. I don't know. He was starting rook d6. Yeah, this is very sharp. Very, very sharp now. It doesn't look like a very exciting game, I guess. And the truth is that it's not. It's kind of pissing me off. What's happening? I'm not convinced by my position. It's okay, but it's nothing great. I played like a genius, frankly. Yeah, I better not do that. All right. We've got something here. I'm liking knight b5 a lot. Not liking that. We could take, win a pawn. I think that's got to go. There's also c3. Whoa, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. You got everything covered here. I'm liking this. Yeah, this works. Knight b3 isn't good. Knight b1 is marginal. Slightly marginal. This is a problem. We cut it kind of close. We eke out another victory. That's covered. Close, but no cigar. That was very similar to Save a Dog. He was solid, but ran a little short. No chance, man. That's too many rooks now. Too many pieces. All right, good game. Angry Dragoon. Win on the dark squares again. The dark square bishop. Mr. Coffee, always make sure to trade your dark square bishop off when you got it on like g5 or whatever, because nothing bad can ever happen when you give that up. Nothing bad can ever come of that. Angry Dragoon. No, I mean seriously, White. I think White was playing an interesting game until he lost control. It was definitely interesting. So Angry Dragoon, he likes 1900 ratings. The distribution. Okay, guys. So, am I gonna sell my house? I've got a couple deals on the table. Not as much as I would like. But honestly, I want to get out of here. And I'm willing to bite the bullet. It's a Nimzo. Angry Dragoon, you're not allowed to go over 1900. Clearly, you prefer 1900. This variation, I got something at least. Mr. Coffee's an optimist. No, I mean, I knew, like, I was always not gonna try to squeeze the maximum. I've got a couple offers for my house, and I've got to go talk it over with a lawyer. But at least it gives me a time frame so I can get an idea when I'm gonna be like leaving and moving back finally. G3. This is weird. We're gonna transpose to a Nimzo. I guess I could play knight e4. What's wrong with that? Well, maybe it's not great. Maybe he could sack a pawn. Knight e4 castles. Looks like an interesting pawn sack. Bishop takes c3, bc3, knight e4. I mean, this looks stupid for black. I'll just take on c3. Kind of a Queen's Indian. Angry Dragoon reminds me of someone else. Another player. It's so familiar. I just can't quite place it. You know, it's weird. Stylistically, with his time use and his rating. All right. It was sad to see you go back too soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know yet. I mean, my team, like my Hungarian teams, are hoping that I'm back by like November 1st. Yeah, they remind me of, right. Everybody's fast and solid. Fast being the number one thing. You know, very few people here take their time. Well, I mean, they do eventually. Like, even Savadog was like down to his increments, right? But they wait too long to use their time. Like, they wait till they get a bad position. Then they use all their time in the bad position. I try to use my time first before I get a bad position. It's a little bit different. It always seems like I'm behind on the clock till I'm winning, you know, and then eventually they catch up and they lose. But it's the same thing every time. Everybody tries to play real fast in the beginning of the game. I think just don't get a bad position. Freezing. I don't like the cold. It's extremely cold. I have the windows closed in the whole house. Maybe I forgot to close something though. Maybe the kitchen. I'm like very strongly tempted to turn on the heater, but it's ridiculous. It's like September 30th. At least we should make it to mid-October. You're not used to play the London against the Indian. No, I think it's fine. You did fine. But maybe Queen E3 was a little too ambitious. I don't know. Okay, so there's a couple ways to play here. Maybe there's not a couple ways to play here. Maybe I'm forced to play this. So what I've done in the past is some sort of positional maneuver like Queen C8. I'm not sure that's necessarily the best way to go about it. Let's see what white does. Ah, Infinite Flash just spotted it. It always takes me a bit to find black's best move here. Do you play this exact position, Infinite Flash Chess? Don't encounter the G3 flexible setup that often. And my move order doesn't always allow this. You know, I try to avoid these lines. Yeah, I play the Queen's Indian. That's my solid, one of my solid options, you know. Can't always play the Blumenfeld. Sometimes I play the Queen's Indian when I really want to be solid. And then, you know, I don't know whether we labeled this a Nimzo or a Queen's Indian, though. Infinite Flash Chess. It's really a Nimzo, I think. If you want to be technical about it. Okay, so Queen C8 now. With the idea of Queen A6. Yeah, it seems interesting. While we've got time. We do have another challenge from Yevgeny. I wonder if Yevgeny's related to Angry Dragoon. I think everything is conspiracy. Merle and Uber Driver are the same person. We love the conspiracy theories here. But that's what anonymity does to you, you know. Anonymity breeds conspiracy theories. I start thinking you're all one person, just trolling me. Jim's got the Masonic triangle of the Illuminati. Alright, guys. Angry Dragoon is starting to think. Only 27 viewers today. We're kind of low on the viewers. What's up? It's a Monday. Nobody has time for chess. So, if Queen A6, F3, I suppose, I have to do this exchange. So he's got this awkward move, knight e3, if he needs to protect his c4 pawn. But I mean, maybe I'm being a little materialistic attacking the c4 pawn, planning to attack the c4 pawn. Queen b6, excuse me, Queen a6, Queen d3 is also fine for white. I thought I had d5, but then he just takes after Queen d3, cd3, or sorry, ed3. Position looks about equal. My structure is a little better, but he's got the bishops there. I don't want to lose like I did the other day against against Morales. I lost this stupid game. I was fine, and I suddenly went into like a terrible endgame with knight versus bishop, and I could feel it, you know. I thought, oh no, we'll find a way to make it okay. Didn't work out. Yeah, I think that Luana and Saberdog are good players. Saberdog is much higher rated than you would think in practical play. But I think Luana is really new to the game, so very different. But Warnocky's just joking. I mean, not everybody is in the same school. So, yeah. It's not just that I always want to trade queens, guys. I mean, I like safety first. Okay, he can also play knight e3 here. My plan is basically cd, queen d3, ed3, knight d5, and then c5, kind of equalizing the center. But objectively, the position is probably equal. I'm not better. There's some controversy about d5. I mean, I think some purists might argue that I'm undoubling his double pawns. But you've got to realize that white has strong control of the center. I mean, just because he has double pawns doesn't mean he's worse. You know, and all double pawns aren't bad. I mean, any double pawns that control the center are generally an asset. So he doesn't do that. He plays knight e3. But this is interesting. I mean, I think I should probably take. My neighbor's dogs are. They were barking. They were making weird noises last night. They have this like herd of dogs. Now he's a bishop, suddenly. The mythical bishop appears out of the blue. Bishevsky Queen, or Capablanca. Both premier positional players. Uber Driver's favorite. Uber Driver, do you like Capablanca too? Who doesn't, right? But I'm not a big Capablanca fan. You do like to exchange queens. So to go to a slightly better endgame win. Well, I mean, the first thing is like when I'm streaming, right? I'm usually in trouble on time. So I think I'm very confident in my endgame skills, and especially against lower rated players. It's usually the biggest difference between high rated players and lower rated players, amateurs and professionals, is endgame skill. So the second thing is the time. I mean, closer to the endgame, the easier it really is to play. Kyrgios is a great player, man. I have a bunch of Kyrgios games, books on his games. So now I have knight c5. What's the trick here? This is beyond my calculation ability. He's actually calculated this out, like knight c5, queen f3, queen c4, and he's better or something. Knight c5, queen f3, queen c4, dc5. Looks like good for white. So probably I should do something more sane like this and force him. We have a lot of pressure on his whoops. Pressure on his center with c5 coming up. Wow, a4. Okay. Was not expected. a4 is a great move. Come up with time pressure. Yeah, well, I've got the Kyrgios series, the 2-part series on how's my endgame? Looks pretty good. Maybe I ought to play this. Actually, I'm not sure. Take a moment to think. I'm like criticizing him for thinking too fast, but playing too fast. Quickly. We're better, but winning is another matter here. You do have some major assets. Knight d5. Well, I should just attack f2 as fast as possible, it seems. A surprising move there. Now he gets driven back passively. One would assume like rook e2. Is an answer? No. That fell apart pretty quickly when he went back with knight f3, but I think that wasn't the best plan. Bob's here. Diego's strong, 2000. If you guys would like to play, make sure it's casual, and 5+3 through 7+3. It has to be casual with an increment. I'm not here to get beat up by strangers. Bob, I didn't even notice Bob spamming the chat. Where's the chat spam? we had a good game, but I think it was defensible for white. Honestly, it felt defensible. Even after I was on the 7, there should be some way for white to put up some resistance. No, you know, it's not that easy with a limited amount of time, of course. What does Bob do against Alyakin? I try to mess with Bob. I try to mess with Bob in the opening because he's probably one of the less, you know, theoretically prepared players. If you want to play an aggressive move, I mean, knight f6 is your best option. I think the lower the level, the stronger this move is. But at the same time, I would caution people who are under 1700, you know. It's good for strong players to beat weak players. I'm not sure it's good for players under 2000 to play the Alyakin. It's extremely dangerous. Now I played knight c3. d5 is the most disruptive. It's not, you know, the only good move. There's c5, e5, maybe even e6. I don't know. This is a fine line, though. This is the best way to decline, if you want to call it like declining the Alyakin. Knight c3. Then they can push or take. Both are reasonable. Mostly I get people who take. Pushing is less common. By the way, I never get to finish my discussion of Kyrgyz, so there's a great series of 2 books on Kyrgyz. What made him great was his universality, like a little bit like Spassky, that he could play d4 and e4 equally well. No, he's like a hero of a lot of good attacking players. I would say, like, for example, Larry Christensen, probably an example of a player influenced by Kyrgyz, playing that style himself. Like an aggressive player who can play both e4 and d4. G3 is an interesting move, Bob. No using the opening book. Never seen anyone play this, but it makes complete sense. Wow. That is unique. That's a cool move. I never considered or really faced anyone playing G3 here. Totally makes sense. I mean, I'm sure I've had like a rare game here and there, but G3 is fine. It's like a good system. Very solid. But as I was saying, Kyrgyz, so there's the 2-book series on when one book is like e4 and one book is d4. He's playing white. But then there are like older collections of his games and stuff. But yeah, he was a very early influence on me. One of the first players I liked from an early stage. I don't know where I found it, an old used bookstore or something, a Kyrgyz collected games. One of these old, it's really beat up, the paperback collected games between some years or something. In that book, I studied everything from those games. All right, Bob. I don't really know what kind of setup I want to play now. I mean, Kyrgyz is much younger than Alyakin, of course. I don't know how many times they played, but he was, you know, a younger generation. Alyakin had an interesting career in that he played, you know, fairly modern players like Botvinnik and Kyrgyz, but also some of the older players, great chess players in history, kind of bridge the gap between the centuries. I'm not a really big historian, you know. My knowledge of chess history is not as good as a lot of people, you know, from my generation probably. focusing more on playing. Uber driver, he seems to know a lot of chess history. You like black? No, I wouldn't go that far. White is probably slightly better. Well, not very slightly better, like 0.1. Maybe black is equalized. I mean, still he could play d4. And I've got to sort out my queenside knight. This is the problem. Where is this going? Where is my b8 knight going? You know, I'm gonna do knight a6 or what? Do I play knight takes c3 and play c5? Seems stupid. No, I think the white is fine. Seriously, do I do c5? I mean, I'll be like a tempo down if I do that. You can play bishop g4, trade off your bishop. That's lame. No, I don't like, you know, I don't think the black is fully equalizing here. Could be some weird move like bishop f5 is interesting. But it feels sort of artificial. I think white is better. As long as he has a strong pawn on d4, that should be advantageous to white. I don't know what to do. I mean, just something lame. Give up my bishop for nothing. Play a solid position. This is super lame. Probably not my best plan. Maybe I should reconsider. But then again, he could play something aggressive like knight e4. I don't know if Bob has it in him to play knight e4. I think he's just listening to the stream if he plays that move. Anyway, guys, welcome to our stream. We're taking challenges 5-3 through 7-3 casual. Taking donations. Taking names and numbers. Diego is challenging me to rated. I'm gonna have to decline your rated challenge. I don't do rated while I'm streaming. Ooh, that's lame, Bob. Go to the back of the classroom and write on the drawing board, the blackboard. I will not play irrelevant pawn moves ever again. 100 times. This is hang your head in shame. A3 is shame move. I was just starting to think that white had a significant advantage when you did that. It's not going to like destroy your position or anything, but you know, it's basically like a waste of time. A conscious horizontal, I don't get enough of that. Well, I'm almost fully developed now. I have this sort of fetish about not playing knight takes c3 in these Alekhine type positions, because it always just like brings down pressure on my b7 pawn. You can do that like in some variations very early, take on c3. It just gives me the creeps. I hate taking on c3. This is a strong move by white. I mean, queen d3, wow. This all justifies a3. Fast and strong. My bishop is homeless. You can tease Bob now. He stopped knight b4. Oh my god, how can you do that? Knight e4, the impossible move. It's an impossible move, Bob. Incredible. Incredible edible. Knight e4. Damn. That is an incredible idea. A3 was all pivotal, you know, it was about controlling b4. He knew this was going to be an IQP position before. I don't know. I think he's missed some good moves. There's also knight h4. There's just a lot going on here. Very speedy play, though, by white. This is pretty lame. I'm running out of time. Bob is he's suddenly turning into a monster. He must have improved. He's studying with a very strong teacher. He's got a strong teacher. I'd like to know what her rating is. Hate this situation right now. Bad knights. Redundant. Redundancy. Terrible. That's terrible for me. Very bad knights. And knight b6 is objectively a bad move, I think. Bob is faster and stronger than me. It's clear. He seems special today. He's not talking. What's up with that? Wait, what? What did that say? Bob's 2069 in correspondence? What? Really? 1861 in classical. Bob, you're 2069 in correspondence. Damn, dude. That is a seriously high rating. It takes a while to get a correspondence rating, too. It is suspicious, Mr. Coffee. I thought he'd be like 1700. I don't know, man. That looks suspicious. I think I'm like playing Arsenal fan or something. Bob's FIDE rating is probably like 1900. He's playing strong today, and it's very strange how quiet he is. He's played super well this game. Look at that subtle move like b3. Bob, what's going on, Bob? You have a guest or something in your house? Strong master? Did I miss something there? I think I missed something. Finally, he cracked a little bit. That was his first conscious mistake. I should say concrete mistake. He was doing great. My God, dude. This was a great game. He was better probably till the end. I mean, this was a mistake in time pressure. He hung the a3 pawn, and I didn't take it here. I mean, just I can take, but I was panicking and looking at bishop g6. So I traded, and I can't take the pawn. So I played f5, and he's still slightly better. Look, 0.4 after 24 moves, 23 moves. You played b3 like instantly. I mean, that's a fantastic move, except for the fact that it loses the a3 pawn. It's a nice idea to take away all the squares from my knights. It doesn't hang the a3 pawn. This was a sophisticated positional game by white. Only lost because of time. Alright, this guy is fired. You're fired. Do not listen. Reading comprehension. If somebody declines your challenge like 3 times, there's got to be a reason. Even if you don't speak English, you could figure it out. Like, I'm declining his challenge all 3 times. Everybody that I'm playing is playing casual. All right, who's up next? We got plenty of time left. 40 minutes. He can't figure it out. Somebody needs to help him. The sound might be a little low. We have had that issue. So Blinky and Clyde, Pac-Man, fan. Diego got the time control right, but he just will not play anything but rated. It's no rated. Wow, Bob, impressive game. Saberdog re-challenging me. I don't know if I have another one in me, Saberdog, against you. That's like pulling teeth out. Did I get paid? How much did dentists get paid by the hour? Does anybody have an idea? It's got to be up there, right? What's the standard, like, dentist payment schedule? Playing against Saberdog, I mean, I should definitely get paid more. $100 an hour? I'm only getting like 40. I mean, Saberdog, it's just, man, dude. God, he's a subscriber. Dude, and look, it's like even more embarrassing now because this is like what? Blitz? He's 1569. Yeah, sure. So I have a new idea here, A6. The other day it hit me, like, I always play like B5 for fun against knight F3. But this very deep thought hit my mind. I was like, hey, maybe A6 is like a better move order against knight F3. Gives us more flexibility. Alright. Well, you could play B5 here. Guess there's nothing wrong with let's go for it. I'm guessing that Diego doesn't speak English, otherwise he would have understood, you know. He would have understood we were talking. Maybe the weirdness of the position will help me. A6 is kind of a time-consuming move, though, you know. But the problem is if I play, like, knight F3, B5, I can play E4. Then I have to play the St. George defense. Okay, he could play E4 here as well, but I have other options. I can transpose to the Sicilian O'Kelly, you know, so it's not... That's basically the premise that I'm operating on here. A6, see, E4 is not as good a move here as it is against B5. A6 is a little less committal than B5. You played this position as black? Really? It's funny. That is funny. It just like occurred to me. Okay, this is some line. I saw some games from this. It's obviously, you know, strategically very desirable for me to trade toward the center with my pawn. But, you know, white also has development and gets to take his pawn, you know, pretty much straight up. I'm sure this position has been played not that often, but by some decent players. So, bishop b4. Might be able to play d5. Not a great structure, though. c5 is interesting, then d5. If bishop b7, d5 is also an interesting move. I don't know this well enough to say what the theory says. Just guessing. You know, bishop b4, I would imagine he could sack a pawn there, like castle, with very good play. Still, it's a pawn. I mean, it's probably sound. But it doesn't feel very safe. Bishop b7, d5. Maybe I can play that. It's a little dubious. This didn't seem to mess him up at all. He's completely prepared for this. All right. Completely prepared. Well, if it's like castles, bishop takes c3, bc, knight e4. See, he didn't do that. He did this, which it's interesting. It's probably not bad for white, like bishop g5. Mr. Coffee. You know how much I love dark square bishops. I live for the dark square bishop, right? Would you think an exercise where you see an opening position and try to match it to a consequent GM endgame? It's a little bit confusing. Difficult to go from the opening to the endgame. You know, there's a book by Admar Medness, which I like a lot, called Opening to the Endgame, but not easy to tie those together. Well, listen, Bob, I mean, there are certain openings that go into direct endgames. That's true. But many games are decided in the middle game. You know, you can't, it depends. I mean, there's a lot of players who play to checkmate people in the middle game, and they don't play for endgames. I mean, I'm stylistically more inclined to play for endgames, but it's not the truth with all players. You know, so some openings may lend themselves like that to direct endgame scenarios. This is not without some poison here. Well, I mean, if you're talking about the Roy Lopez, you're talking about the Queen Exchange, and you're talking about the Berlin defense. But yeah, I mean, there's also the question of what is an endgame. You know, it's not automatically an endgame because the queens get traded. For example, that does not necessarily define an endgame. This guy is insanely strong. I mean, I don't know, but something about save a dog. Very, very strong. He didn't maybe choose the best line, but this line is quite okay for white. Definitely casting some doubt on my setup. Dangerous for me. I'm looking at like queen b3, rook a7. Pretty awkward. But it might be okay. I'm gonna have to find some ingenious way to defend this bishop on b7. I'm not a stranger to playing rook a7. Maybe if you play the a6 Slav, this looks stronger. This looks stronger for him than the other variation, honestly. I think I just have problems here. Pretty unpleasant position. Maybe knight c6. It's just weird, but let's be weird. self-pin. Confusing the issue a bit. White is better. White is better. We're out of beer and coffee too. Things are just getting worse. I didn't want to trade bishops and bring his queen to a really strong square there. This bishop can fall back here. Queen b3, rook b8 again. One day his e5 pawn might be weak. Guys, thanks to everybody for watching. Diego got it. 5+3, casual. Backhanded compliments. I'm good with those. All right. There we go. No more pin. Anyway, he's got knight c5 now. Why didn't he play that right away? Oh, he had to play rook c1 first. Anyway, he could have played that. The thing that's kind of amazing about Save-A-Dog is his play in increment situations, which we've been noticing for a long time. Close to master level at times. So 95, 95, queen e5, bishop f7, he had to calculate in advance here. It's pretty tough to find. It's probably the wrong move for me. Definitely passive. Maybe I should have played king h8 there. King h8 would have been a better move. Wait, I got d6. I'm lucky to be alive at all here. Another fantastic game by White. He played tremendously the whole game. Just every game is like almost perfect. Just at this point he slips with a clear advantage. There, I mean, just any move like queen c2, just building up on the c file. My last move is a mistake. It looks like rook c8 is a serious mistake. I guess I thought I could play king h8. It sort of doesn't help. No, it's not a mistake. Okay. This is just a great game by White. I mean, I'm curious about the opening. Is this like White's best? c4, b5. Only one game. Oh. Interesting. I thought this was played before. That's weird. So there's no games with this. Yeah, here was the key moment. I should play d5, but I didn't like this. Maybe I could play knight takes d5. Bob, add it to your conspiracy theories. I thought that's what you did, Bob. You just turn yours off really early. Like move 2. Alright, Diego. Bob turns on the engine for move 1, then turns it off. Alright, Diego. Diego figured out the time control. 1800 bullet, 1800 rapid, 2000 turtle chess, and 2100 in blitz. So blitz seems to be his main thing. Just got home. Wow, already? You were just here. I think we have time for one more game, WJ, if you want to challenge me. We have time for exactly one more game. This is exactly what we're looking at. I mean, maybe half another game, but this move here, bishop e4, playing it in the Nimzo style, it's fine. You were here before, right? Am I just hallucinating that? It just seemed like you were just here. That's why it's weird. Guys, I'm so hungry. 7:37. So, all right. Well, our biggest hope here is that we'll have this long diagonal and try to make that work. That's not a friendly plan he's got going on here. Not a friendly plan. It makes my stuff look kind of slow, actually. Makes queen c2 look stupid. Not happy about this. This could be very dangerous. Bishop e2, queen h5. Alright. I mean, I'll just have to play, like, if he plays knight g4, I'll just have to play h3. There's nothing there right away, you know. This is a surprising move. I don't think he needs to do that, you know. To unprovoked trade on c3. Alright. It seems like possibly unnecessary to make this exchange right away. Now he's threatening e5. So, I mean, it's a standard type of Nimzovich setup. Nimzovichian setup, which I certainly have played myself. But there might be something here. I mean, d4 stops him, but it also cedes the d4 square, the e4 square to black. This is a tough one. Alright, I'm gonna stay fluid. He's gonna probably play e5 at some point later. I'm not gonna give him that square. He can play queen h5 or something. But how long can he delay this? You know, do I have like e4? Something crazy? Yeah, but it's not that great for me to play e4. Usually my play is on the queen side here. Knight d4. I could trade the white square bishops. I mean, it may not be that bad. But then he'll have some threats on the king side in general. Rook a e1, e5, e4. Just lose a pawn. Bob, what? What? Why were you offending the viewers again? We'll let it slide. It wasn't that serious. Bob can't help but get sexuality into the equation every day. How can you turn it off? Be a little more asexual, Bob. Oh man, this is passive, but I'm running out of time, you know. I think it was a professional decision to to play the exchange and go for this. Black has his chances here. Maybe I should play h3 instead of f3. That's a big question. This is a tough game. And I don't like closed positions in Blitz, really. Yeah, standard. Standard stuff. Now d4. No. I don't have much play, though. I'm not getting any play, Bob. Bob, how do you feel about a Seinfeld reboot? Huh? They were joking about that. I mean, I don't know if it's a joke, you know, regarding like the Mets and Alonso. I hope this guy's bad at endgames. I really do. So far, he's played really tough, and I hate this kind of position. No, this move is debatable. What about my knight there? My stupid knight. Super knight. Stupid knight or super knight? Oh, we're holding on, but not an impressive display by white. Kind of boring, safe play where white never really had any edge, it feels like. But this is a systematic setup. Yeah, now it's really getting scary. He's like threatening rook h6 there. Wait, I do have a bishop, right? The whole thing was like a fail. It's like a fail. I mean, a whole long diagonal, just a fail. Like there's nothing there ever. He's probably played this position like a million times against 800 different opponents, I'm guessing, you know? Because it's so systematic. G4, anyone? Doesn't look healthy. Tied down to f3. Bishop square. d2, not as good as others, probably. Black is strong. Like all my opponents, very strong. This is tough. Perfect move. Perfect, Bob. Oh my God. Another threat. Very systematic play by black. What's his rating? He's 1800 in bullet and 1800 in rapid. That's weird. Why is he 1800 in rapid and 2100 in blitz? Gets bored. Bored easily. What is that, a fourth attacker? Two minutes off, completely outplaying me. Ridiculously systematic. I mean, black must have like 0 cent pawn loss. He's not made any mistakes of any kind. But I guess you expect that to some degree from 2100s. I'm just waiting for me to miss a tactic. This is tough. I've got to be able to protect f3. Like, this reminds me of the time when I beat, I was black against name? Jerry Hankin, an old master. He got crushed on the F file. I tripled on the F file. I would play just like this. He's playing just the way I would play in an English defense. Now, this is a little bit of a surrender. So luckily, like, he kind of letting me survive, maybe, to some degree here. Not so easy, though. Still, black has the better position, like, structurally. He has the larger island. That's a perfect move. Not trading queens. Very strong player. I'm just barely hanging on by my fingernails here. Where are my fingernails? Play like G4 is just sick. Probably loses to rook F4. If I play queen G5, he has a move there. Yeah, so he's slightly better here. But he was better the whole game, I mean, after the opening. I was just looking at queen G5. If I play this, he can avoid the exchange of queens with either queen F7 or queen E8. So that was a good game by black. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't lose. Something I did weird or something he did weird. So nobody plays queen C2 right away. This is interesting. And it's very notable. Like, bishop G2 stops B6. And the way I played it with queen C2, I allowed him to play B6 and get in bishop B7. I mean, that's pretty significant. Even though queen B3 has been played, queen B3 attacks the bishop. So it's actually better than queen C2. My move allows this B6, which is a cool idea. Vladimir Gergiev, I famously checkmated with bishop and knight, almost. He resigned like 2 moves before I mated him. Had this game. So we transposed back. But nobody played B3 like me. Everybody played A3. Interesting, queen E8. I looked at knight B5, I didn't think anything. Knight A6. Let's just see. Yeah, both sides made very few mistakes. I had 4 inaccuracies, black had 3 inaccuracies and 1 mistake. Okay guys, looks like the last challenge here from WJ Louvre. Alright. Oh no, 4-4-0-0. I don't know where he's from. He has an Hispanic name. So that means something. Probably South America. We've got a lot of players from South America. Lately, you know, because I'm in the American time zone. More likely, he's from South America than anywhere else. Knight F3, D5. So, I play a lot of G3. But the C4 is kind of fun. We never get Mexicans. That's weird, Bob. That's weird. You know, that's not true completely. I mean, I've seen a few Mexican players on lichess, but not a lot. But never on my stream. I thought that Negro Modelo was like a Mexican at first, of course. You know, my assumption is that he's a Mexican, but that's absurd, you know. Yeah. Argentinian, Brazilian, something like that probably. Yeah, we've never really had Mexican players on my stream. maybe once or twice. I actually have a bunch of Mexican friends. Yeah, we're gonna have. I'm gonna invite them over for a Trump impeachment party. But it's you know, I don't know. Maybe there are more chess players in Argentina and Brazil than there are in Mexico. Probably. I'm guessing. I don't know. Castle. So we had this yesterday actually against Big Daddy. But let's play the Catalan. I haven't played a Catalan in a while. So Negra is like Italian or something. He just likes the beer. That's what it says on his profile. My first assumption was that he was Mexican, of course. But I don't think, you know, I don't know. Is Modelo, what is the most popular beer in like Mexico for real? You know, not like export beers. What do people actually drink in Mexico? All right. It's more of, oh, Notch Papa's here. Yeah, so we had the Reti yesterday, Notch Papa, and I haven't played a Catalan in a while. So I thought I'd do that because I switch it up. What was unexpected, Jim? Notch Papa just popped up. I said Big Daddy. His name means like Big Daddy in Hungarian. So all these people are always lurking. Trump will be in touch. Oh, he's got far more important things to worry about than me now, Bob. Much bigger fish to fry. You were here since before the stream. That's cool. Oh, this knight takes d5 is so solid it makes me sick. Speaking of Hungarians, I played a tournament 2 years ago where in a matchup between two Hungarian players, it was Gondolazlo against Bokros Albert, and Albert's a friend of mine. And Albert's very solid. He was black, but he got squeezed by Gonda in this. It was like really, I thought like, oh, there's no way he can lose. You know, it's so solid, there's no way he can lose. And it was just like unwinnable looking, solid setup for black. So this is, but this is some sort of theory, I think. Another game I saw was one of my teammates play with white. I've had this a couple times. I don't know how good it is. Did Botvinnik play the Catalan? I think so. But he was more of an English player, you know. But he must have had some kind of Catalans. He liked to play c4 a lot. He played other things too. We'll try to outflank him. He's 1369. The opening, though, playing really well. You know, I don't know, Move 11. I mean, you know, Botvinnik would have been good in the Catalan. There must have been some Catalans, you know. I don't really remember now off the top of my head. Catalan is an easy opening to play. I've never studied it, and I can, like, just play it without knowing any theory. It's not a lot of openings like that. You know, I feel like I could just play. I don't think I've ever really lost with white in a Catalan, including games against GMs. But I've only played it probably like 7 or 8, you know, legitimate Catalans, probably like less than 10 times in tournament games. Black's doing a great job here for his rating. Is that a real legitimate rating, 1369? Or is this a fake rating? He got the 1670 Rapid after one game. That counts. He's so solid here. How about e4? Just trades. Shouldn't be an issue. Most people can't keep the tension for this long. I mean, e4, bishop takes b2. Do I have pawn takes d5? Uh-oh. I'm pretty tired, but I might have spotted something. e4, bishop takes b2, ed5, bishop takes a1, d takes c6, bishop takes c6, rook takes a1. What's the final count there? So I lose my e-pawn. I basically get 2 knights for rook and pawn. I mean, that's not really anything. Damn. Yeah, e4, bishop e2. And if I take with the queen, well, that's not really a problem for black either. It's maybe my best chance, though. At least I get some sort of space. Check this last one more time, this line. Bishop e2, ed5, bishop a1 takes, bishop takes, rook a1. I mean, I just have like 2 knights for rook and pawn. That's just equality. $23.69. Feels like it. At least $21.69. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this because now he has queen f6 or knight f6. Look best. So we have some space. We'll take it. It's something. I like it. Botvinnik likes it. You're gonna have possibility of visitation here. And I'm not talking about ancient aliens. Visitation. Close encounters. Guys, this is going to be my last game. I got another challenge there, but I got to go. Very, very hungry. You would not be scared as black. This looks like actually move 11 specializes in this kind of position. Merle would not be scared. He likes space disadvantage. He likes his spatial disadvantage. This is a good move. Rook d8 I played quickly too. Kind of scary for a 1300. That's a very solid move. I mean, knight d6, knight e5, knight b7, knight f3, check, bishop f3, queen b7. I mean, I don't know how far he's calculating here. That would be impressive, you know, if he could calculate that far at his rating. I am not that thrilled about this. I've got to build up, try to build up a little more control. Bob is just, what are you, taking the place of Asterbate? You got Asterbate stuff going on. Oh, he's here. Is Asterbate here? You got his, like, emotes going on with the Pokemon. Actually, sadly, I had to, the Pokemon had to die. I had a giant Pikachu. Well, not a giant one. One of the last stuffed animals that survived from my empire was a big Pikachu that we won at like a county fair. Pikachu almost got bought. It was really sad. He was like $1 at my estate sale. He was $1, and this guy like took him all the way out to the cashier, and then he like left him there. And poor Pikachu had to be like eliminated. It's so sad. All right, so now we're in there. We're in there. Major change of situation here. Before I was reluctant to play knight 96 because he had tactics with 95. But that's gone because he played 98. My friend, the Weed Master, would instantly sack the exchange here. A lot of professionals. Yeah, look at that. Like, it's the best decision you'll ever make, man. You're still gonna lose, but I think on the practical level, that's definitely the best move. Weed Master would be proud. He would definitely sack the exchange there. I might too. But I'm impressed by this player. I mean, he's 1369, but he's playing like 1869. You know, that's not shabby. This move may have been an error. He's hunting that long diagonal, but it's gonna work out against him. Queen c6 is game. You did a great job though, until that point when you got in vicious time pressure. It's a good. We had this coffee house in Cambridge where I used to live. It was the 1369 coffee house in Cambridge, Mass. And I used to do chess lessons there. Anyway, my audio is weak. I know. We're out of here. Hopefully, you'll turn up your hearing aids next stream, and I will see you guys. I'll see you guys then. It was fun. I'm aware, but he doesn't care. That's not exactly true, Bob. I just don't have time to care. I do care, but I don't have a sound technician to fix it right now. No, I will be. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night, guys. We've got the weekly bi-weekly Rapid Arena, Ponda Rapid, bi-weekly Blitz Arena tomorrow. You've got to be a member of the Ponda and Horses Club on lichess, Dog and Pony Show, whatever. I'm just a brony. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, for being our moderator. I wish you guys a great night, and I'm out here. It was fun. Tough games. Thanks, Move 11. Much Papa, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Laters.